Hello, thank you for joining me. These videos are for August 2022 using a sidereal zodiac for both ascendants and moon signs. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the months generally speaking and see what's happening in the month of August 2022. Firstly, I use sidereal zodiac. So if you want to know in sidereal zodiac, which is different, it's like 23, 24 degrees behind the Western astrology. So if you wanted to find out how, what your ascendant or moon sign is, you can use a wonderful app, although it's quite complex, called Cosmic Insight. Put your details in and it tells you what your ascendant is and your moon sign. And then you can just watch along, watch both, ascendant for your path and moon for how it feels. I'm also very big on intentions and manifestations. So there are 3 dates in this month of August that you can do that. You can do it on the 5th of the month when moon is in Swati, and then 17th moon is in Ashwini. Swati is in Libra and Ashwini is in Aries, and then again at 31st of the month moon will be again back in Swati. So 3 opportunities to do these. The way I do them, I normally do it on white piece of paper, blue ink, and first of all say gratitude to the universe, and then I write in detail what I want. You've got to be specific, because if you want to say I want a job and then you just, that's it, you want to just like write it down and put it, it's not going to work. You have to put energy towards that. So your energy, what you put energy in is what you manifest. And you got to, so you want to write down what type of job, what sort of progress you want to have, what sort of training, what type of people you want to work with, and just be very specific, salary, location, how much you want to travel, all that kind of stuff. And then write it down and then thank the universe and then leave it in the northwest of your property. That's how I normally do it. So it's really nice to do that and just use very empowering words, because words are, like you say, can you spell that word for me? Spelling, put a spell on the universe. That's what you want to do, manifest really good things. And that's the reason why I always discourage people from using difficult words. You want to use empowering words, positive, abundant words. That's what my teacher always just say, just be abundant. So that will be the way to do it. So that's another thing to just bear in mind for the month. And so I wanted to just say, obviously, we've had since the 16th of July, we've had this opposition where Sun has been in Cancer, and Saturn retrograde has been in Capricorn since the 13th of July. So we have this opposition going on, which is quite difficult, but we're all going through it. So just be aware of yourself, be careful with your dad, and also just bear in mind that this is going to be difficult, but it's only till the 18th of the month, and then after that all will be good. But this is quite a time for governments and politicians and leaders. So we are just kind of disposing of the ones around the world. World is just purging all the people who are not leaders, who are not for the people. So that is what's really happening, and it's going to continue doing that. So watch out for some more happening this week and so forth. Well, it's probably till the 18th actually. So also Rahu, the whole of the month is going to be in Aries. That's the north node of the moon in Aries, and K2 is going to be, or south node will be in Libra. And then we have Saturn in Capricorn retrograde, Jupiter is in Pisces retrograde, so both of them nice and strong in own sign. And we till the 11th, roughly about the 11th of the month, Mars will be in own sign, which is Aries. And what else we have? Sun obviously goes from the 18th, goes in own sign, Leo, so that will be amazing too. So these are the themes. So, but how we start the month for everyone is Mars, Rahu in Aries. Venus will be beginning of the month in Gemini, a friendly sign. Sun will be in Cancer, Saturn in Capricorn retrograde, Jupiter in Pisces retrograde, K2 Libra, Mercury in Leo, and Yeah, and there is also just want to just tell you about the it's obviously a 31-day month. So as I said, there's all these opportunities to you know, manifest things for yourself, etc. And but what I do with each of the ascendants as I do them, somebody did comment about yogas. What do yogas mean? So I'm just going to finish this video and I'll do a very short video on what yogas are in astrology. So I do apologize, but I do have videos. You can go and visit them and they give you much more information. So I'll do that in the next video. And obviously, if you know, you can just skip that bit. I'll put the time in the details below. Thank you very much. Okay, so what are yogas? Yogas are a combination when there's an influence between planets and houses. So normally, obviously, the most beneficial of the kind of yogas are when trinal and angle houses, or the lords of them. By lords, I mean by the lords, but lords are literally the planet that rules that house. There's a combination of them that have some form of influence for each other. So, for example, say if you have Mars. Mars is the first and eighth house ruler for, say, for Aries Ascendant. So when Mars is in conjunction with Jupiter, which rules the 9th and 12th house for Aries, they create this sambandha, this kind of like combination of first and 9th house. First house can be an angle or a trinal house. But for the sake of this, we're going to say it's an angle house coming in connection with the 9th house ruler. So in that case, they're creating a Raja Yoga, because an angle and the trinal house or lords, they've become combined. They can, but I know they rule 8th and 12th house too, but that doesn't matter, because 8th and 12th house, although they are difficult houses, but they don't break any yogas. Only breakage is when 6th house or 6th lord is in is in this combination. So in which case it breaks the yoga, and the fruits of that will come much later, because 6th house is a house that is like upachaya, they call it. It gets better with time. So we get to learn how to manage ourselves, how to deal with obstacles of life. Then you can get fruits from it, from your hard work. So basically, this is what happens. I always look at Raja Yogas, Dana Yogas as well, because these two, Dana Yoga is for wealth, and Raja Yoga is for success. Sorry, I think something happened with my internet then. Yeah, so I always look at those. So those are important. Dana yogas are very important for relationship, because 2nd house is family, 11th house is gain of something, gain of relationship, family, etc. And so trinal houses are 1st, 5th, and 9th houses. Angles are 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th. So these are obviously very important auspicious houses, and any planets that rules them also becomes an auspicious planet, unless if they rule the 6th house, in which case the combination will not get many fruits. So and if you're lucky, that happens in your D1, which is your natal chart, or your D9, which is in astrology. Vedic astrology is very important. That really confirms the actual strength of all your planets. So if they repeat in that, then it means they're very, very successful yogas. And if they repeat in your D10, which is your career chart, then yes, fantastic. They continue those successes into that as well. So this is what I mean. But please look at my yoga. I have Raja Yoga and Dana Yoga videos. I sometimes also say Mahapurush Yoga. Mahapurush again is elevation, success, and accomplishment yoga as well. This is when a planet is a good planet for the ascendant. Say, for example, for Taurus ascendant, what happens is like Saturn rules their 9th and 10th house. So on its own, because it rules an angle and also a trinal house, 9th house and 10th house, if it goes in any house, it's going to, apart from the 6th house, or becomes involved with Venus, because Venus rules their 6th house. Then if it doesn't has a combination with them, but if it goes in any other house, Saturn on its own can create Raja Yoga for them. But if it's in their if Saturn happens to be in their in Aquarius, it will create what is called a Sasha Yoga for them, Mahapurush Sasha Yoga. So this means of, again, elevation, accomplishment, etc. If for example, for Aries Ascendant, what happens if Jupiter is in their 4th house, which is Cancer, and it will be exalted, or if it is in their 9th house, which is their Sagittarius, then it creates a Hamsa Yoga, again, of success, because it's gone into, it's really strong. It's exalted or in own sign. In that case, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn can create these Mahapurush yogas. So please watch these videos about them so you can actually enhance your knowledge of these yogas. Thank you. Hello, this video is for Virgo Moon or Virgo Ascendant for August 2022 using a sidereal zodiac. Right, let's start. Okay. So your ruler Mercury, which rules your 1st and 10th house, is in the 12th house. And Mercury is, even though it's in a friendly sign, Leo, it's also doesn't do well in the 12th house, feels debilitated. So yeah, so basically it could be that you're ending a job, or you just feel a little bit like either doing spiritual stuff, or you want to travel, you've had to do things with foreign clients or foreign accounts, or just generally just feeling like you haven't been yourself for a bit. You, as I said, finishing a job or finishing a task at work. But that's really the theme at the beginning of the month, but that will not last for that long. And Moon is, we start the month obviously with Moon being your 11th house ruler in the 12th house, and 12th house ruler in the 11th house, Sun. So it could be like, you're gaining money and then you got expenses, and vice versa. Although they both kind of, it's an exchange, so they're both strong, but nonetheless there's some creation of expenses, waste, and things that you're completing. Maybe you're ending some friendships, you just perhaps want to do away with, like a group that you were with or something like that. But yeah, it kind of is wealth as well, so it could be some expenses that's like draining your money too. So let's have a look at the rest of it. So we got K2 and Rahu will be in K2, south node of the moon, north node of the moon, Rahu. They're in your 2nd and 8th house things going on. So you know that it's really not to do with the whole 2nd house stuff anymore, like money, savings and stuff. It's more about like transformational things in life, doing different things, becoming maybe a little bit more into like doing things to do with self-healing, learning healing things like Reiki, hypnotherapy, psychotherapy, the occults, that kind of thing. But you know that this next year and a half is about changes, and hope, because your 8th house is a movable sign. They're not really that difficult for you if you just like go with it. You also have Mars, which is the ruler of your 8th and 3rd house, is in the 8th house, nice and strong. So it's all about, changes. And because you got 2 first class, malefics in the 8th house, they're kind of giving you the bravery to go with the changes and transformation and be open to it. Mars for you, obviously, because it rules third and eighth house, so changes, it creates changes or accidents or surgery and things like that too. So just obviously you just want to be more aware of that during this time, because Rahu magnifies Mars, and Mars is just quite, it's a strong Mars when it is in Aries, and Mars can be a little bit like too impulsive, and it's a bit a planet that's headless. So just be aware when you're driving, etc. And also with your words, because it rules your third house. It is also aspecting the third house, protecting the third house, and aspecting second house, Mars is. So make sure you like impulsively buy things, spend things, or say things very quickly. And also it is aspecting what would be 11th house. So as you're gaining, you're putting energy into gaining, but you're also spending it quickly too. Then we have Jupiter for you, rules 4th and 7th house. It's nice and strong in the 7th house. And obviously, what's happening is Jupiter in the 7th house. If you're single, we can be like dismissing people quite quickly without really giving them a chance. That's Jupiter for you in the 7th house. It can be a little bit like, they're not as educated as me, they're not as that kind of thing. So just be aware, give people a chance. And Jupiter is obviously aspecting your 11th house of gains too, which is lovely. It's aspecting first house, so during this time you're going to feel quite positive, and opportunities will come your way. And it's also aspecting your third house too. So again, it's very desire-based time, and Jupiter is going to help you achieve those things. Then we have Saturn. Saturn rules your 5th and 6th house. So it could be like children are creating, or education or investments are creating debts and difficulties, things like that. So, and it's also aspecting from the 5th house, aspecting your 7th house. So it wants you to just like commit to somebody if you're in a relationship. It's aspecting obviously your 11th house, and aspecting the sun 12th house. So basically, Saturn wants you to just like keep within groups and everything. Saturn likes things to be us to be like working with other people. Really, that's why it's exalted in Libra. And Sun is very much like a solitary planet. I know best. It's egotistical. It's the boss, So there's like this thing going on between 12th house and 5th house ruler, 6th house ruler. So there could be some like arguments, issues and things with children or with your students, or things that are happening with your education, your investments and things like that. But, luckily this is all going to end soon. But oh, excuse me, got hay fever. So anyway, I don't know if I should cut that out, but anyway, let's have a laugh at that. Why not? And so just be aware of that, but so it could also be the endings of a romance too, because 12th house rule is aspecting the there, so that could be an issue too. So also Venus is in your 10th house, so this is 9th house ruler in the 10th house. So this is a nice Raj Yoga for you. It's really good success at work. And Venus obviously a good planet because it rules 2nd house, and it just naturally can make you money. So you will make good money at work. So that's lovely. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, and Moon 11th house ruler, we said that is in the 12th house. So obviously you're gaining money and spending money too. Okay, so let's go on to the 2nd and the 3rd, where Moon leaves Mercury, which is lovely. Mercury Moon is not very good. And so also Moon is not very good in Mercury signs. Just the two planets don't work together very well. This is thinking process, and Moon is obviously your you know, like your mind, so you can overthink things. And obviously now in Virgo it could be like very critical, you know, that kind of thing. But it is 11th house ruler in the first, so it would be quite nice for Dana yoga. And it's also, you know, you've got 7th house ruler and 4th house ruler aspect in the first house, that again a Raja yoga there of happiness, etc. So right, let's go to, okay, so now we have a situation where Moon is in Swati. This is one of the first days of actually putting your intentions out. So Moon is in your second house. So 11th house ruler in the second house. This is really good for making money. Very good Dana yoga, and also putting your intentions out. And obviously Moon Mars there. So you know, it can make the mind quite race, thinking really fast, and you know, getting, you know, it can make the mind again work very swiftly. So, but it's very, very good Moon K2 for like literally just, obviously Moon likes to be in the second house because second house is where Moon is normally exalted, and just likes to be with family too, just chilling with the family. Then we have a debilitated Moon, 11th house ruler in the third house for a couple of days there. And Venus goes into Cancer. So Venus for you being second and ninth house, when it goes into the 11th house, can actually help you make money. Venus Sun is not really a good combination. Generally speaking, they're not very friendly towards each other, and Venus also doesn't like being in Cancer, it's enemy sign, but it's being helped by Saturn. That's really nice. So 5th house ruler is now aspecting the 2nd house ruler, which is really nice for money also. But you're also spending the money quickly as well, because you know this is quite a lazy combination. When we get this in the skies, makes us want to just be at home, just be lazy in our pajamas and things like that. Okay, right. So I mean, Venus is not combust, but it's being overshadowed. If you're single during this time, if you meet anyone, wait until you see their true colors once the sun has moved away from Venus. Then we got Moon, 11th house ruler in the 4th house. It's got directional strength there, Moon. So it's really lovely for a couple of days, feeling happy at home with friends, etc. Spend time maybe with mum. We are coming to and obviously you just saw that on the 11th, Mars travels from your 8th house into 9th house. So you want to look after your dad's health, make sure he's okay, keep in contact with him. It's Mars is also aspect in 3rd house, encouraging you to keep in contact with them. But this is quite good for learning too. You know, both 3rd house and 9th house are learning. And it could be like you start thinking that you're questioning your belief system too. And be careful if you're traveling, because this 8th house ruler is now in the 9th house. Okay. So this full moon that's occurring now is occurring in your 11th and 5th house. So it's all about like fun, romance, friends, having good times, partying, doing social events like going to the theatre, to the cinema, doing creative endeavors, doing stuff with the kiddies. Going abroad, maybe 12th house is going abroad, going far distances away, luxurious places. So yeah, with family, 2nd and 9th house ruler is there as well. So yeah, so it could be gain of a nice holiday. And then we have a situation here where Mercury and Moon are opposite each other for a couple of days, and this is Moon, Mercury in each other's signs in conjunctions or opposition can just make us overthink things. So just be aware of that and just take it easy, basically. You know, just know that it's going to be quick and it's gone. Then we have Moon in the 7th house for you with Jupiter. That's nice. So Moon loves being with Jupiter, and Jupiter's strong, so it's lovely. Okay. Moon in Ashwini on the 17th, another day you can put your intentions out. Lovely. And now Sun is no longer in opposition to Saturn. It's gone into own sign, nice and strong. This gives us confidence, vitality. We can recoup by taking it easy. Yeah, great. And it's sitting with Mercury, which is friendly to it. Then Moon goes into, is exalted for a couple of days. It's actually in an exchange with Venus. This is really nice, very good Dana Yoga. So where you have like 11th house ruler exalted in the 9th house and 9th house ruler in the 11th house. This is really good for money, gains, etc., happiness. And right, Mercury, 1st and 10th house ruler in the 1st house with directional strength, nice and strong. This is your time now, guys. You're going to feel like you are very, very much in control. Your 12th house also, if your dad has had any problems, now you have two lovely benefics either side helping the health of father. So, and I know Mars is aspecting, but it's being protected too. Okay, so then we have 11th house ruling the 10th house, shows popularity at work. And then we have Moon Venus, an indulgent time coming up with friends during this couple of days. Then we have like a new moon occurring on the 27th of the month. That's nice. Intentions will be all about finishing things, ending things that are no longer serving you, going with it really. And then Moon will be creating a Dana Yoga in the 1st house there. Lovely. And we've finished the month. Within hours, we can actually put our intentions out. And Moon will be in Swati. There we are on the 31st. So that's the 3rd go of doing that. It's lovely. So that's how the month is, nice and strong. All the planets are strong. Look, Mercury is strong, Sun is strong, Saturn is strong, Jupiter is strong. So yeah, lovely. So enjoy it, and yeah, see you next month. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.